It's a harsh truth that leaves many men questioning themselves, replaying every moment, trying to pinpoint where things went wrong. In today's video, we're uncovering the uncomfortable reality behind why some women might intentionally or subconsciously derail a seemingly great connection. This isn't about blame, it's about clarity. We'll explore the hidden motivations, insecurities, and dynamics that often lead to this behavior. By understanding these reasons and embracing a stoic approach, you'll gain the tools to navigate the emotional turbulence without compromising your inner peace. Each lesson is designed to help you see beyond the surface, offering insights that could save you from unnecessary heartache. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this happens, but also learn how to protect yourself and thrive in your relationships. Let's dive in. Number 1. Nature's replacement drive. The first thing to understand is what I call nature's replacement drive. This isn't about blame, it's about understanding the biological and psychological forces at play. Women, like men, are influenced by evolutionary programming designed to optimize their well-being and secure their future. For women, this often manifests as a subconscious evaluation of their partner's long-term viability. Even in a happy relationship, there's a part of her mind, driven by instincts older than civilization, that's always assessing whether she's with the best partner for security, protection, and stability. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Applying this to relationships means understanding that her actions are often driven by perceptions and instincts, not necessarily by any shortcomings on your part. Think of it this way. Even when you love your job, you might still browse opportunities to ensure you're on the right path. It's not disloyal, it's a natural drive to align with the best possible future. In relationships, this can lead to behaviors that may feel like sabotage, becoming critical, pulling away, or even showing interest in others. But here's the truth. This isn't about rejecting you. It's about her mind seeking constant reassurance that she's chosen wisely. When a man starts strong, confident, ambitious, and focused, he fulfills this deep-seated need. But over time, if complacency sets in, or if he begins to take the relationship for granted, her instincts may kick in harder, prompting her to unconsciously test his worth. Now, as a man grounded in stoic life lessons, how should you respond? First, detach from the emotional whirlwind. The Stoics teach us to focus solely on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and growth. You can't control her instincts, but you can ensure that you are consistently striving to be the best version of yourself. This doesn't mean constantly proving your worth to her. It means embodying the principles of Stoicism today: self-discipline, emotional resilience, and unwavering purpose. By staying true to your core values and personal growth, you naturally project the security and strength that her instincts are seeking. When you encounter these moments of doubt or perceived sabotage, don't react with anger or insecurity. Instead, see them as a signal to recalibrate. Are you still showing up as the high-value man you aspire to be? Have you let your guard down in terms of your ambition, health, or emotional stability? Use this as an opportunity to refocus on your own journey. A Stoic mindset teaches us that external validation is fleeting. True worth comes from within. As Epictetus advised, man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. This means that her behavior doesn't define your value. Instead, let it remind you to return to your personal mission. In modern relationships, it's easy to misinterpret these natural dynamics as personal attacks or signs of disloyalty. But the reality is far more complex and deeply rooted in human nature. Understanding this allows you to navigate the ups and downs of relationships without losing your center. Remember, your value as a man isn't defined by her reassurance, but by your unshakable commitment to growth. Stay grounded, stay focused, and let your actions speak louder than your insecurities. This is Stoicism in practice, a life of purpose, strength, and resilience that speaks directly to the primal needs in every relationship. Affirm to yourself, I'm unshaken by the tests of nature's drive. I grow stronger and more grounded with every challenge. Remind yourself of this every time doubt arises. This is your moment to embody true stoicism, a man focused on his mission, unwavering in purpose, and immune to the pull of external validation. Stay resilient and let your actions reflect the high-value man you are becoming. Number 2. Acting on pure emotion, not logic. One of the harshest truths about relationships is this. Sometimes women may unknowingly sabotage a good thing, not because of any logical shortcoming, but because they're driven by emotion rather than reason. This can leave you as a man who prides himself on logic and rational problem-solving, feeling confused and frustrated. You might believe that a stable relationship should naturally create a stable emotional connection, but that's not always how it works. Women often respond to the emotional climate of the moment, which can feel overwhelming and immediate. Imagine this. You're offering stability, respect, and genuine care, everything she claims to want. Yet one day, she leaves, drawn to someone less predictable but emotionally exciting. What seems irrational on the surface is simply her being guided by feelings of excitement, doubt, or insecurity that temporarily overshadow the logical reasons to stay. This isn't to say she's intentionally disruptive or that you've fallen short. Often, it's a reflection of her internal struggles. In Stoicism, the concept of apatheia, freedom from being ruled by intense emotions, offers profound insight here. As Epictetus said, we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. Her emotional fluctuations aren't the problem. Your reaction to them is. When she acts impulsively, driven by emotion, the solution isn't to confront her with logic or to chase after her trying to fix the situation in the moment. Instead, this is your opportunity to ground yourself in the Stoic principle of emotional resilience. You must become, as Marcus Aurelius put it, like a rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. This is the essence of Stoic happiness, finding peace and purpose within yourself, regardless of external chaos. When she pulls away or seems lost in a whirlwind of emotions, your role isn't to mirror her turbulence, but to offer calm in the storm. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you refuse to let her emotional volatility dictate your state of mind. By maintaining your composure and staying true to your values, you create a space where she feels safe to navigate her feelings without fear of losing you. Over time, she'll see you as a steady presence, someone she can rely on even during her most vulnerable moments. This is what builds deep trust and emotional security. Now, let's reflect. Have you ever been blindsided by a sudden shift in her emotions? How did you respond? Were you able to maintain your calm, or did you find yourself swept up in her emotional storm? Think about those moments. What would you do differently next time? Share your experience in the comments below, and if you're ready to embody the Stoic anchor in your relationships, type "I am the anchor." Your insights could inspire others who are navigating the same challenges. Together, let's explore what it truly means to embrace stoic happiness and become emotionally unshakable. Drop a comment saying, "I am the anchor," to show your commitment to becoming unshakable in the face of emotional storms. Remember, the journey to stoic happiness has just begun. Stick around, the best is yet to come. Number 3. It's not about you, it's about her future security. This might sting at first, but hear me out. When a woman makes decisions about staying or leaving a relationship, it's often less about who you are and more about what your presence signifies for her future. Women have an innate drive, deeply rooted in biology, to seek stability and security. This doesn't mean she's calculating or unfeeling. It's a subconscious mechanism that prioritizes long-term well-being, hers and potentially her future children's. High-value men understand this dynamic without taking it personally. It's not about materialism or superficiality. It's about survival and thriving in an unpredictable world. Imagine she's with someone kind and loyal, yet she walks away to be with a man who offers more financial security or social leverage. To the outside world, it might seem shallow, but from her perspective, she's securing a safer, more promising future. This is where the Stoic mindset comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to accept things beyond our control and focus on what we can govern, our responses, growth and values. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her departure, while painful, could be the catalyst for your greatest personal growth. Instead of chasing validation or altering yourself to meet her expectations, become the architect of your own life. Ask yourself, are you building a future that aligns with your true purpose? Are you creating stability and fulfillment for yourself, independent of her presence? These questions help shift your focus inward, where true transformation occurs. The journey of a high-value man isn't about accumulating wealth or status to attract others. It's about cultivating inner strength, resilience, and integrity. These are the qualities that form the foundation of a fulfilling life and naturally draw people who appreciate real, enduring value. Consider the story of a man who, after being left by his partner for someone more successful, chose not to wallow in self-pity. Instead, he doubled down on his personal growth. He pursued his passions, built a thriving career, and developed a strong sense of self-worth. Years later, his ex admitted she admired the man he had become, someone who didn't just offer external markers of success, but radiated genuine confidence and purpose. This is the essence of winning Stoic. When you focus on your own path, you free yourself from the need for external validation. This isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. The irony is that when you stop chasing and start building, you often attract the right kind of partner, someone who values you for who you are, not just what you can provide. So, if you find yourself in a relationship where doubts arise, resist the urge to panic. Instead, view it as an opportunity to reflect and realign with your values. What kind of life are you building? Are you crafting a future that brings you fulfillment, regardless of who walks beside you? The harsh truth is that relationships might end because of this instinctual drive. But the lesson here is priceless. Focus on becoming a person of true value. Build a life of purpose, grounded in resilience and authenticity. In the end, it's this inner strength and self-assurance that not only brings you peace, but also makes you irresistible to those who seek something real. Stay grounded, stay true, and watch how life aligns with your growth. Comment below. Are you focused on building your future, regardless of others' choices? Short answer: yes, it's about your growth, not their decision. Number 4. Survival mode, the hypergamous instinct. When it comes to understanding relationships, one of the harshest truths lies in the concept of hypergamy, a deeply ingrained survival mechanism. Women, like men, are guided by instincts that have evolved over millennia, and hypergamy is one of the most misunderstood. It's not driven by superficial desires or fleeting whims, but by an innate need to secure the best possible future. At its core, this instinct compels women to assess whether their current partner can provide the financial stability, emotional security, and social standing necessary for long-term survival. As Marcus Aurelius aptly put it, nature does nothing in vain. These instincts are not a flaw, but a feature of human nature, ensuring the continuation and betterment of the species. Consider this in the context of modern life. A man might find himself in a period of struggle, perhaps a job loss, a dip in financial security, or a moment where his ambition and drive waver. Even if his partner loves him, her subconscious survival instincts may begin to question whether he can still provide the stability she needs. This can manifest as emotional distance, increased criticism, or even a reassessment of the relationship's future. It's not about her abandoning you. It's her hypergamous instinct ensuring her survival. For many men, this can feel like betrayal. But, as Stoicism teaches, we must face reality without resentment. The Stoic mindset encourages us to accept human nature rather than wish it away. Instead of reacting with frustration or insecurity, use this as a catalyst for self-improvement. Hypergamy isn't your enemy. It's a call to action. This is where Stoicism today plays a pivotal role. By focusing on your personal growth, you not only address her instinctual concerns, but also elevate your own life. Refocus on your career ambitions, prioritize your physical health, cultivate mental resilience, and strengthen your social connections. These are not just strategies to retain her admiration, but steps toward becoming a high-value individual who thrives independently of external validation. When challenges arise in your relationship, remember Epictetus's wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Demonstrating emotional stability and purposeful action reassures her subconscious mind that you are the best choice. More importantly, it solidifies your confidence, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. The Stoic life lessons here are clear. Growth through adversity not only strengthens your relationship, but also fortifies your character. By embracing these principles, you transform hypergamy from a potential relationship saboteur into a force that drives mutual growth and deeper connection. What are your thoughts on hypergamy? Share your answer in just one word: natural or misunderstood. Number 5. Playing mind games for psychological leverage. Let's uncover a truth that many men fail to grasp: why women sometimes engage in mind games in relationships. This isn't just about manipulation for its own sake. It often stems from a subconscious need to secure emotional leverage. When a woman tests your boundaries, flirts with others in your presence, or suddenly becomes distant, she's not necessarily trying to hurt you. More often than not, it's her way of ensuring she has influence within the relationship, gauging your emotional investment and testing your commitment. The harsh truth: she may feel vulnerable herself and uses these tactics to maintain a sense of control. But how do you, as a high-value man, navigating through the teachings of Win Stoic, rise above these challenges without getting ensnared? Picture this. You're out with her, and she casually mentions how someone else complimented her recently. Or maybe she starts pulling back, taking longer to respond to your messages, leaving you questioning what went wrong. Your gut reaction might be to seek reassurance, to chase her, and restore the equilibrium. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, what's really happening here? She's testing your ability to remain steady, your composure, your confidence. It's a psychological tug-of-war where she's waiting to see if you'll break frame and act out of desperation. And this is exactly where many men falter, falling into a cycle of seeking validation and losing the upper hand. Enter the wisdom of Stoicism. You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you respond. This principle is your shield against emotional manipulation. When she plays these games, your reaction determines the outcome. React impulsively, and you've handed her the power. Stay composed, and you remain firmly in control. Take a page from Epictetus, who reminds us, be content to be thought foolish. What this means in practice is simple. Don't rise to every bait. If she flirts with someone else or becomes aloof, resist the urge to overreact or demand explanations. Instead, take a step back. Assess the situation without letting your emotions cloud your judgment, and choose your response wisely. A friend of mine once faced a similar challenge. His girlfriend, feeling uncertain in the relationship, started posting pictures with male colleagues, knowing he would see them. At first, he was furious, ready to confront her, but instead, he remembered his Stoic training. He didn't react immediately. He maintained his usual demeanor, confident and unshaken. When they spoke, he calmly addressed the behavior, making it clear that he valued respect and honesty, but wouldn't be pulled into unnecessary drama. She was taken aback by his calmness, and later admitted she was testing his level of security in the relationship. His response not only diffused the tension, but strengthened her respect for him. So, here's the lesson. Emotional detachment isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about not allowing someone else's actions to dictate your self-worth or derail your inner peace. High-value men understand that their worth isn't tied to external validation. They lead with calm confidence, showing that their emotional stability isn't easily shaken. When you stay composed, you send a powerful message that you're a man who knows his value and won't be swayed by fleeting games. Ask yourself this: how do you react when someone tests your patience or tries to pull you out of your character? The way you handle these moments says a lot about your growth and discipline. Are you someone who remains grounded, or do you let emotions take over? Remember, the path to becoming a high-value man lies in mastering your reactions. When you do, not only will you command respect, but you'll also create a healthier, more balanced dynamic in your relationships. Keep your frame strong, lead with purpose, and always embody the Stoic ideals of resilience and self-control. Affirm to yourself, I am unshaken by their games. I rise above manipulation and stand firm in my worth. Say it out loud. Let this be your mantra every time you're tested. Remind yourself that your strength lies in your calm, your value is innate, and your composure is unbreakable. Number 6. The constant quest for attention. Let's face it, one of the most challenging aspects of a relationship is navigating the moments when your partner seems to crave attention from outside sources. You might be asking yourself, why does she need validation from others when I'm here, fully committed and present? Whether it's posting selfies for likes, engaging in playful banter with colleagues, or seeking compliments from friends, these behaviors can be confusing and, frankly, a little disheartening. But here's the harsh truth. This isn't necessarily about you. More often than not, it stems from a deeper, internal desire to feel seen and valued. In a world fueled by social media and constant comparison, seeking external validation has become almost second nature. For many women, these small acts of attention-seeking serve as a temporary confidence boost, a way to reassure themselves of their worth and attractiveness. Now, before you jump to conclusions or let feelings of insecurity creep in, let's take a step back. As the Stoics teach, true peace comes from understanding what is within your control and what is not. This is where the concept of ataraxia, a state of serene calmness, becomes invaluable. You see, her actions, while unsettling, are often not a reflection of your inadequacy, but rather of her own insecurities. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of letting her behavior shake your confidence or disturb your peace, shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what does this really mean for our relationship? Stoicism, at its core, is about embracing life's challenges with composure and resilience. When you feel overlooked or undervalued, it's tempting to react with frustration or jealousy. But what if, instead, you chose to remain grounded? Imagine how powerful it would be to show her that your sense of self-worth isn't dependent on her actions. By staying calm and composed, you signal that you're a high-value man, one who isn't easily rattled by external factors. This emotional steadiness isn't just for your benefit, it's incredibly attractive. It reassures her that she can lean on you without fear of causing conflict, even when her own insecurities come to the surface. But here's another important question. Could her behavior be a sign that she's feeling unseen or underappreciated in your relationship? It's worth exploring. What is Stoicism if not a philosophy of self-reflection and improvement? Take a moment to consider whether there are ways you could make her feel more valued. Have you been genuinely present when you're together? Do you compliment her not just on her appearance, but on her intelligence, her kindness, her unique quirks? Sometimes, a simple acknowledgement of these qualities can go a long way in reducing her need to seek validation elsewhere. That said, don't fall into the trap of becoming her sole source of affirmation. As Epictetus wisely noted, no man is free who is not master of himself. Maintaining healthy boundaries is crucial. It's not your job to fill every void or soothe every insecurity. Your role is to foster an environment where mutual appreciation and respect flourish. When she feels seen and cherished in the relationship, the need for external validation naturally diminishes. But remember, her self-esteem is ultimately her responsibility, just as your peace of mind is yours. So, what's the takeaway here? When faced with behaviors that test your patience, resist the urge to react impulsively. Instead, lean into the principles of stoic happiness. Focus on what you can control, cultivate inner strength, and strive for understanding over judgment. In doing so, you not only safeguard your own peace, but also create a relationship dynamic built on trust, stability, and mutual respect. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. By embodying this wisdom, you become the unshakable force she admires and respects, a man who thrives in the face of challenges and remains a source of unwavering stability even when the tides of insecurity rise. What could be more magnetic than that? Number 7. The illusion of unlimited options. In today's hyper-connected society, the illusion of endless possibilities has infiltrated every corner of our relationships, becoming a silent saboteur. With social media and dating apps turning human interaction into a digital marketplace, it's easy for someone to believe there's always a better option just around the corner. A simple swipe exposes her to carefully curated profiles of men showcasing their best selves, thrilling adventures, captivating charm, and an air of perfection. This constant stream of stimuli feeds into the paradox of choice, where having too many options can lead to dissatisfaction with even the most solid relationship. She could be with a partner who meets her needs, yet the allure of what if begins to whisper, urging her to explore, to see if something more thrilling lies beyond. This mindset isn't born out of unhappiness, but out of comparison, fueled by a society that glorifies highlight reels over reality. When her Instagram feed is a non-stop showcase of idyllic vacations and romantic gestures from others, the grass starts to look greener elsewhere. Even mundane moments are given a filter of perfection, leading her to question whether her own relationship measures up. Imagine sitting across from someone who seems engaged, yet frequently glances at her phone, lost in a world of digital possibilities. The interaction feels harmless, but beneath the surface, she's nurturing the illusion that her life could be more exciting, more fulfilling, if only she looked harder. Here's where Stoicism today offers a guiding light. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The dissatisfaction she feels doesn't stem from her current relationship, but from her perception, a false belief that perfection is within reach if she chases it. As someone adopting a stoic mindset, you must resist the temptation to prove your worth by competing with these fleeting illusions. Instead, focus on nurturing your own character and value. In a world obsessed with appearances, substance is your strongest ally. The reality is, the chase for external validation often leads to a hollow victory. New attention may bring a rush of excitement, but it's fleeting, leaving behind a deeper longing for connection and stability. The Stoics knew the dangers of attaching happiness to external conditions. Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." Let her discover through her own experience that the pursuit of these endless options rarely leads to fulfillment. Your role as a Stoic is to stand firm. Cultivate your own growth, purpose, and resilience. Let your actions speak louder than words, demonstrating that true value isn't found in the shallow waters of fleeting admiration, but in the depth of a stable and meaningful connection. Over time, she may come to see that what she's chasing cannot compare to the richness of what she already has. Until then, remain unwavering, for your peace and purpose do not depend on her realization. This is the Stoic way, embracing what you can control, letting go of what you cannot, and finding strength in the steady pursuit of your highest self. Number 8. Thriving on tension and drama. Here's a hard truth. Many women thrive on a certain level of tension and drama in relationships, not because they want to sabotage a good thing, but because it keeps the connection alive and exciting. Emotional highs and lows add layers to the relationship, making it more engaging and less predictable. Think of it like this. A perfectly smooth and uneventful story would lose your attention quickly. The same applies to relationships. While men often seek peace and stability, women might subconsciously create a bit of friction to reignite the spark and inject some vitality into the dynamic. This doesn't mean she's looking for chaos. Rather, It's her way of seeking an emotional rhythm that feels more alive. Imagine you've been in a harmonious groove for weeks. No arguments, no tension, just smooth sailing. Suddenly, she's upset about a minor issue, maybe a comment you made, or a slight change in plans. You're left scratching your head, wondering why such a small thing turned into a big deal. What's really happening? She's not trying to derail the relationship. She's subconsciously seeking to break the monotony. It's not about the issue itself. It's about rekindling that emotional connection. Here's where the stoic mindset, championed by the likes of Seneca, becomes your greatest asset. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." In the face of tension, don't see it as a threat. Instead, embrace it as an opportunity to demonstrate emotional strength. A high-value man doesn't react impulsively or defensively. He remains calm and steady, showing his partner that he's unshaken by life's little storms. If she picks a fight, resist the urge to snap back or withdraw. Instead, lean in with empathy and understanding. Validate her feelings without compromising your composure. This isn't about appeasement, but about showing that you can handle the full spectrum of emotions that come with a deep connection. Take, for instance, a modern scenario. You're planning a weekend trip together. Everything's set, but at the last minute you suggest a different restaurant than the one she was looking forward to. She gets visibly upset, and the mood shifts. To you, it might seem trivial, but in her mind it could represent a larger pattern of not being heard or valued. Instead of brushing it off or arguing your point, take a moment to acknowledge her disappointment. "I see why you're upset, and I didn't mean to overlook your choice. Let's talk about it and figure out something we both enjoy." By doing this, you diffuse the situation while reinforcing the idea that her feelings matter, all without losing your cool. Tension, when handled well, can strengthen your bond. It's not about avoiding conflict, but navigating it with poise. Ask yourself, how can you use these moments to deepen your connection? What if you viewed these challenges not as disruptions, but as chances to grow together? When you respond with emotional stability, you become the rock she didn't know she needed. This balance between stability and excitement is what keeps the relationship vibrant. In the end, you'll find that these ups and downs aren't meant to tear you apart, but to test the resilience and depth of your connection. High-value men don't fear tension, they master it, proving that true strength lies in emotional resilience and unwavering confidence. If you're still with me, you're on the path to mastering emotional resilience. Drop a comment saying, "I thrive on growth," to show your commitment to navigating tension with confidence. Stay tuned. Your journey to becoming a high-value man is just getting started. Conclusion: reflect and grow. As we wrap up today's journey into understanding why some women might push away a good man, even when everything seems perfect, let's take a moment to reflect on the deeper truths we've uncovered. Relationships are a delicate dance of emotions, expectations, and sometimes hidden fears. Often, it's not about the man or the relationship being flawed, but about unresolved inner conflicts that drive people to test or even sabotage what appears to be a good thing. This might stem from the fear of vulnerability, a subconscious need for emotional excitement, or even societal narratives that paint stability as dull. But here's the kicker. Understanding these dynamics doesn't just help you navigate them, it also strengthens your own peace of mind, a core principle of Stoicism. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Now, let's dig deeper. Why is it that some women crave stability but also seem to resist it? Could it be that they fear losing their identity within a relationship, or perhaps they're driven by an innate need to keep things unpredictable? The Stoic approach teaches us to focus on what we can control: our reactions, our mindset, and our ability to maintain emotional equilibrium. Stoic happiness isn't about avoiding challenges, but finding peace and purpose within them. How can you apply this in your relationships? What steps can you take to remain grounded, even when your partner's actions seem to defy logic? Think about your past experiences. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, yet the relationship still unraveled? How did you respond? Did you blame yourself, or did you take the opportunity to grow? Remember, as Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perspective shift is crucial. Instead of viewing these moments as failures, see them as opportunities to practice resilience and deepen your understanding of human nature. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you faced situations where your partner seemed to self-sabotage the relationship? How did you handle it, and what did you learn? Sharing your insights not only helps others, but also reinforces your own growth. Let's turn this into a dialogue, a community where we learn from each other's journeys. As you reflect, ask yourself, what role does emotional resilience play in achieving Stoic happiness? How can you cultivate inner peace regardless of external chaos? If this discussion resonated with you, don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing for more conversations that combine the wisdom of Stoicism with the complexities of modern relationships. Together, we can build a life of purpose, clarity, and unshakable tranquility. Keep reflecting, keep growing, and remember, every challenge is an opportunity to practice the art of living well. Thank you for watching this video on why women will always try to sabotage a good relationship.